Okay, buenas noches. ¿Cómo están? Good evening. This is Crypto Bernie, and I'm here with PocketAces. We're going to talk about Voltech, his new project, and I believe it's an amazing project that he's putting on. I'm really happy to have you here, and this is your place. I'm really happy to. You're one of the guys that I have always said hi to me and to open your doors to talk to me and explain a couple of things about
No worries.
the DeFi. Hi, Justin.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thanks. I've been hearing a lot about Voltec. I've been watching a lot of videos. I know you're doing great with your project, and I wanted to catch up with you, get to know a little bit about it, and try to explain to the Latin American community that helps me, that goes with me, to
Mhm.
tell them about your project. But I believe you're the best guy to talk about it. Can you tell us a little bit about it, please?
Yeah, no, happy to. And yeah, I wish I could do it in Spanish to make it even easier. But so the idea behind this was basically, we've seen stuff happen in the past like this during node season. There was other projects that created nodes on nodes on nodes. So the idea is similar in a sense, but also very different. All right, I feel like we finally have enough projects in the space right now that are performing well, that have sustainability, that have real revenue sources, that we can kind of diversify quite nicely in them. So the idea behind this is basically, and Ludo came up with it kind of, and then he and I massaged it a bit and created what we have now. And the idea is we're collecting funds and we are going to invest them in the different projects that are available to us. Some that aren't available to everyone, but give us pretty decent returns. And then some that are going to be evergreen that everybody knows about, talking like Warfi and iBots and stuff that we've seen last in the space for more than a few months. So the idea is to bring those together, get access to the ones that I'm confident about or that I've vetted and I'm very confident in that we don't have access to in the mainstream, put them together into something that can create revenue for the owners of the token. It is a token, so this description takes a little longer than most projects, the elevator pitch is a little more complex. There is a token, but the token is not available on like PancakeSwap or any liquidity pool because they pump and dump, and it's just not a good way to manage the funds and add that extra volatility, that extra unknown to the mix, as we've seen with other protocols do. So what we've done is made it so that it's almost like an NFT in that you have to buy and sell it over the counter like you do with an NFT, but you have the flexibility of buying and selling smaller amounts and more minute amounts, being that it's a token. So that's kind of sort of it in a nutshell, I guess, if you will. And I'm really excited to see how the token value
Do,
appreciates. And if you go into the
do you
white
want
paper,
me to?
sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Let's open the white paper.
I don't want to. I don't like going deep diving into white papers, but the visual at the end where it goes through the tokenomics.
Do you want to take the control of the
No, if you just
presentation?
scroll down to the tokenomics one, which is basically almost the second last slide, I think.
Okay.
Just so I can, it's just a better visual for illustrating how the token's going to work and how the payouts are going to work. Sorry. So just one more up. There we go.
This one.
Okay. Oh, one more down. Sorry, there was a delay, so I think I set up when you probably already. There we go. So the idea here is we're going to take 50% of it and compound, because we're going into safer projects that again, nothing in DeFi is totally safe. None of this is financial advice, all that stuff that we have to say. But the idea is we've invested it into pools of protocols that are quite safer, and so we'll compound 50% of it. We may compound it back into the same protocol, or we may spread it out into new protocols, or depending on how we feel we need to rebalance it, we'll take maybe all the compounds and put it over into iBots, for instance, which is one of the techniques I use and we've talked about, where I'll take a lot of my profits from other protocols and move it over there to secure it, basically, if you will. So 50% of it gets compounded, 35% gets paid out, because so many people in this space, I find, just compound to death. And unfortunately, that's just not a safe way to do it. So we're forcing payouts. Once the tokens are all sold out, you won't be able to buy any more unless you find them over the counter. So you have to really think on whether you want to compound or not, or whether you want to just take your profits and move that somewhere else or do something else with it, or take the profits and pull it out into fiat, however you want to do that, and subsidize your income, whatever you want to do with it. And then obviously there's a team fee. And then lastly, there's a buyback. And basically that's there. If somebody wants to exit the protocol quickly, they maybe want to sell their tokens at a little bit of a discount. We can go in and buy the floor and then sell them back at $1 to help bolster our treasury more, and then increase our rewards even more for the token holder.
Okay, how many tokens are you expecting to have?
So it's maxed out right now at 250,000. There is a chance we'll raise that later on once we've gotten proof of concept, once we've got it working, especially once we see the token value rise. That almost gives us a buffer, and it's almost like a built-in insurance where people can ROI even if we have a loss kind of thing, because it'll be eaten up by the token price. So let's say we go to $2 and then maybe we have a protocol that we get into that gives us a little bit of a loss out of the 5 or 6 that we're in, then we can weather that loss really easily because the token value might go down to $1.90. So it's not going to be a total dump or a bank run like we'd normally see in this industry with things that happen like that, and when there's blood in the water, if you will. So 250 will be the max for now. If we ever raise that, it will also be done very responsibly. So let's say we decide we want to add another $250,000 to the pool. We'll sell those tokens at whatever the token value is at that time. So whether it's $1.50, $1.20, even if it's just $1, we'll have it in there at that price point. We'll collect the funds first, then we'll release the tokens and add it to the pool. So it will not devalue any of the existing tokens at all.
Now you have all the experience in the DeFi world and know how not to spoil your investors.
That's the hope. I'm not perfect, but we'll do our best.
No, I really appreciate that you are a recognized guy, have a nice reputation, and do great jobs with all the other projects you've been involved with.
Thank you.
And I wanted to know, like we were just talking about the pre-sale and how it was going to work.
Yeah.
So you're going to start again tomorrow?
So the way the pre-sale was, obviously we hoped we'd sell out. That didn't happen. And we were hoping just to kind of allow the tokens to be sold after the pre-sale. But a little bit of just didn't realize, I guess, how the mechanics of it worked in the back end. Not that we didn't realize. We just thought we could do something that we couldn't. We thought we could keep extending the pre-sale, but then close off the tokens. So we have to do them as separate batches, almost like we do if we sold more tokens later on. So basically, we've finished our pre-sale, our 2-week pre-sale for the initial, and now we're going to launch new sales of tokens up until we get to that 250 max. And I think you can pull up. Actually, I can share you the site just to kind of illustrate a little better.
In the site?
Yeah, I've got it right here if it's easy.
Let me share your screen instead.
Yeah, you should be able to just click on the bottom there and we'll show that up. There we go. So right now we sold 54,000, which was actually fantastic. We had a really good steady run up, which was quite nice. So we've already got 40,000 of that invested, and we'll maybe talk about that in a minute. So we've sold 54 of our 203,000 that you can see here. So basically we'll re-release the basically 150,000-ish tokens. We'll re-release them on basically the same at DApp, but we'll just obviously change the name from pre-sale to token sale, and still going to be at $1. So they'll stay at the same price. So we're not devaluing or overinflating anybody's chance to get in. And then at the end of the week, so this will be another end date, and it'll basically be week long. So on Friday of next week, those tokens will come up. They'll be automatically sent to your wallet, or you'll be able to come here, and claim them. And then you can stake them on the DApp when we set it up and go from there. So you'll basically come in here on Friday, whatever you put in during this 1 week span, claim them, and then head over to the DApp and stake them. And once you're staking them, you can start taking any yields that we create for the token.
And you're planning the payouts. You already know it will be weekly, bi-weekly, or
So we actually have, and this is the neat thing about this. We wanted the flexibility with this to make sure we can do what's right for everybody. So the idea is, we're thinking right now weekly. We'll obviously adjust as we need to, and what it'll be is it'll actually be a drip payout. So, and I know drip's kind of a bad word, but the non-drip drip. So almost like and again a faucet. All the lingo goes back to drip. So the idea will be, let's say we have $10,000 worth of rewards. That may be high. Let's say 1,000. We'll put those into the contract, and we'll say how long they're going to be sent out over. So because we're selling new tokens every week, we'll probably do the drip over a week. So we'll throw the tokens in there on a Friday. Those will go out to holders for that entire week as a drip to them. So if it's $5 a day, depending on how much you have, you'll go in, claim your tokens every day or at the end of the week, whatever you want, and they'll be waiting for you there. And those will be BUSD, so stable tokens. So there's no weird, we're not paying you out in our token that we can create more of and devaluing our investors. It's just a straight stable coin payout based on what we've earned, that 35% of what we've earned during the week.
okay. So yeah, I've heard that let's talk about where are you going to invest. I know
Yeah.
you have planned the kind of thing of a table with the four legs.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
one of
know how
my
many
one of my
legs.
video series that I do, is basically just talking about creating that table base with your legs. So we're trying to build some pretty strong legs. We've started out with Flex IRA. We've got 20,000 in there already. We also have just or are literally sending right now 20,000 off to a special crypto bot that we only have access to. Basically, us and Creative Wealth are the only people that have access to this bot as a project. There are individual investors, but they don't advertise it. It's just his own bot that he's created. It's doing very, very well, but we're just sending our first 20,000 to that. And then we'll obviously look at look at Warfi or Warhaven now that they're out, one or the other, and then iBots, and then we also have another Forex trader, and that's kind of the big ones. I feel like there's something else that I'm missing, but and then the Creative Wealth bot. So we have a Creative Wealth Forex bot, which we'll also be putting funds into shortly, and that one has been doing very, very well over the last month and a bit, kind of thing.
So let's talk about the percentages that the ROI and all the expected returns. I know iBots is around 5% a month. They're really conservative.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
now they're running about 5. Our plan is to hopefully be around 5 to 15. But right now that's what we've been kind of running. Same with Warfi, they're running between that 3 to, they're supposed to be, I think, 3 to 9 or something like that, or their average is 8%. They've been running a little lower because there's limited volatility in the market right now, right?
Yeah.
And there's limited new money coming in and that kind of stuff. So those are kind of our strong legs that are going to be more slow and steady wins the race kind of thing. And then we've got other ones that are showing really good promise, but I don't like getting into details with them. So these other ones are quite lucrative in some cases, but not super stupid risk. But I'm hoping we and our plan is to land between that 5 and 15%, but we're going to hopefully average a little higher. What we're seeing with a lot of our people that are doing just one thing, like Warfi, like iBots, is they're averaging around the lower end right now because of volatility. So hopefully by taking a little bit more risk on one part of our portfolio, we're able to kind of hedge a little bit better results for people. But again, on top of that, because we're reinvesting it back into the protocol with 50% of it, that's going to also increase those rewards month over month over month.
Okay, that will be great. So this is kind of what we have learned in the financial world: diversification, a good portfolio management, and also what you're talking, and it's amazing. And wanted to ask you is about the OTC dealing of the token, because it's different from the liquid pools and all the other stuff.
Correct.
Can you explain the people about it, please?
Yeah, for sure. So the idea is that, and like we talked about liquidity pools and stuff like that, you end up having a pump and dump on your token. People are playing the price action on the token, and that adds extra risk / volatility that we don't want. We don't want to be also adding that extra volatility to it. So the idea here is, like an NFT, you will be able to stake or basically put your tokens up for sale, and people can buy them from you. And so on this basically market that we're going to set up on the app, on the DApp, you're going to be able to do this. So if you wanted to sell, let's say you bought 1,000 tokens, so you put $1,000 in, got 1,000 tokens. Let's say the token value's gone up to $1.50, and you've been taking 35% profit every week or whatever. You chose now that, you know what, I've gotten, just for easy numbers, let's say my $1,000, I've already gotten $250 back in rewards. Well, now I only really need to sell or some of my tokens in order to ROI if I wanted. So maybe I want to sell 50% or 25% or something of my tokens to help myself ROI now. That way I'm playing with house money. So you can still do those kind of things if you chose to. And it gives you the ability to still hold on to part of your bag as well if you want to keep growing it. And hopefully down the road, we'll see things like if we get to 1 million TVL, well, the token price is going to be $4 a token, right? Instead of 1. So that's going to be a nice appreciation of your token. And again, maybe you want to take profits, so you can do so. You can put in 20% of your tokens, 50%, whatever you want. You can throw them up on the market. You can even sell them in little smaller batches if you want to make sure you sell them faster. Like you can discount the price. So if you want to sell them for yourself because you want to get out quick, like I said, you could put them up. If the token price is $2, you can put them up for $1.50 if you want. It's your choice how you want to do it, as opposed to being controlled by a market like a liquidity pool where the prices are jumping up and down and you're forced into their price points.
And what is your strategy for these people that are going really low in discount when they're going to sell the token? Because it will at the end show that the price was $2 and now it's $1.50, and that
So
will
the
not
nice
be.
thing, but because it's OTC, it doesn't affect the actual treasury. So the token price doesn't actually get affected by it because the token price is calculated by how much money is in the treasury. So if we have $1 million in the treasury, that automatically means the token price is $4. There's no arguing that price because there's $1 million in there divided by 250,000 tokens. It's $4 a token, period. If you choose to sell it for less, that's you putting your NFT, even though it's a token, up for sale, and you're choosing to take less because you already know you're at profits because you've made that 25. So you're just choosing to do that with because you already know you're going to ROI because of it. And the nice thing is, because it's OTC, you're just clicking a button saying, I'm putting them up for this price. And you're literally handing it to that other person, peer to peer, right? So you're handing him the tokens, they're handing you the money. There's no fluctuation to the treasury. The treasury still remains at $1 million. So the token price still remains at $4. So now that person could choose to sell the tokens for $1.75, or sorry, if they sold it for, let's say, $2, they could choose to resell them right afterwards for $2.25. It's technically a good value for that person. That's why I say we'll buy the floor, and that's why we have that other little pouch of money that will grow in order to buy the floor when people do want to get out quickly. And it just gives them more flexibility over how they want to manage their portfolio.
Okay,
hopefully that makes sense. It's always hard to explain this funnier stuff.
and you are investing in BUSD, yeah? People will come in with BUSD, or
yeah, we could change that at any point. Right now it's BUSD. I think we did BUSD because our seed round was done in USDT, and we just wanted to separate the two in the pools when we were collecting. But depending on what happens with the protocol, depending on where we go, I mean, who knows? We could change chains if we needed to, if more protocols were opening up on a different chain that we're using, like Warfi's moved to Polygon, so we may at some point do something like that. But for now, most of the other projects we're investing in, it's just as easy on BSC right now. So yeah, but BUSD right now is what we're using, but we can obviously change that.
Okay, so for the people that don't know, is BSC where you can invest, you buy with BUSD. Correct. And it will be expanded to others if it's needed.
Yeah, we'll play around with it, but for now, yeah, and the launch or the new tokens will now be available tomorrow, as the pre-sale has ended for now. But we'll keep selling tokens until we sell the 250,000.
So. Okay, I'm really disappointed for that, because I told you I wanted to invest online, show people how to do it.
Yeah, I know, it would have been great.
And I had the money already, but I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll do it tomorrow. So, okay, what else? I wanted to ask you. So, you're going to show these tokens in CoinMarketCap and all this kind of.
No,
that's not available, because it won't show the fluctuation of the price.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically, it should hopefully only go up. I mean, obviously there's times where we could lose some treasury if a project that we have $5,000 invested in goes belly up, well, then that's going to lower our token value. But no, this is not available anywhere. You can't buy it on an exchange. All those things cost a lot of money. So these protocols don't. What people don't realize is to get on all these different places and create this demand for your token costs a lot of money. Pardon me. Sorry. So with this, we don't have to worry about that. It's really just available through this market, and it makes it nice and easy for you.
And we are the same. We have the same coughs and the same cold. Pocket, Justin, and the you have an audit, KYC, and all this. We don't know you obviously, but
Yeah, I mean, if there's demand for it, I'll do one. I mean, I'm technically already out there. People know who I am. People have found me on different social medias or whatever. I don't hide from anything. And Ludo has been doxxed as well and been on camera before. Pardon me. So no, there's really not hiding anything. If we need it, we'll do it, but we're not choosing to pay the money for it.
okay, will be great. So there's and the team is Ludo and you have a dev team that who is working in the.
So we have the devs. Sorry, I'm choking on something, but the devs are just paid outright, just as a one-time thing. But we know them, or Ludo knows them, and have used them before, so we're all good there. And the contracts are being used like they forked contracts from different protocols that have been around for a while that have been audited many times. And so we basically decided how we wanted the system to run and then found contracts that ran the same way. So they found some that were quite well versed, had been forked 100 times. So we're good to go.
Okay, great. And I see that the web page and the app and the UI is still in the works. So
yeah, it's basically ready, but we just haven't launched it just because. Sorry, I'm going to need a second because I'm like choking on something. Like I have a cold as well, and it's been driving me nuts.
Terrible.
So unfortunately, I keep getting scratchy voice talking so much.
No, I know. And you have a dashboard planning to show the projects you're invested in and all this.
So the investments will probably have a spreadsheet for it in order to show that inside the Discord. So it'll be best to be there. We'll hopefully move it to a DApp at some point. It's just a lot more complicated to have all that data on there. So we're gonna do that later. But for now, the dashboard itself will allow you to stake your tokens and then claim your rewards. And then over time, we'll add features to it.
Okay, great. I don't want to bother you because I know you having a cold and it was like
throat.
I'm also really not feeling that good, but this is our passion now.
The show must go on.
The show must go on, and we need to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, the dashboard is gonna be ready. And you have a Discord. You're using a Discord with Paul Dutton, and you're gonna separate it from there.
Yes, so I have my own Discord with Paul Dutton, and so we're basically using it because we already had a community built, so we're using it inside there. I've changed the branding to Voltech for this week, but it'll go back to Crypto Clarity come next week. But basically, we'll have a space kind of carved out there for Voltech. We'll do our own if we need to, but it's just everybody's got so many Discords. I'd like to kind of just have it in the same space that we already share, and give people and just help make it bigger, make it more fun, make it more vibrant, by having the extra utility there for the Discord.
Okay, great. No, I'm there. I'm watching everything you do. I really like it and I appreciate it. No, so it was a small AMA. I wanted to talk to you about it and try to shield your project. I like it, and I wanted to invest. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and I hope everyone that hears and sees this video will come in as well.
Yeah.
So thank you for your time, Pocket. It was.
Oh, did we lose you? I gotta finish out. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. He might have lost his internet. Hopefully we'll get Bernie back. But yeah, anybody that wants to know anything more, come on into the Discord and obviously reach out to Bernie and myself. And I guess we will cut it out there. Bye, guys. Oh, you're back.
I don't know what happened. Okay, no. Just wanted to say hi. I appreciate your time. I hope everything works very well. I hope next time we can talk also with Ludo, but I don't know him.
Yeah,
I haven't
so
seen
I guess
about that on
I
Dauntless.
should give some background while we're here. Actually, I apologize not to interrupt, but Ludo he actually has his own protocol as well. He ran what's called Dauntless. It's an NFT project where they do a similar kind of thing, invest into different things, and they're invested in creative wealth and in Vortex bots, that are Forex bots, a whole bunch of different things that they invest in. He also did run his own it's called Soapbox, DeFi Soapbox. So he did AMAs with protocols and had a whole bunch of different protocols on his channel, on his Discord, and ran AMAs that then ran on Murdoch's YouTube channel. So he has been around the space for quite a long time. I've known him for a while now, and very happy to help support him and to team up with him.
Okay, great. And I forgot to ask you about FlexIRA. That was a private project before, and now
Yeah, so
it's turning to be public. No, I've heard.
It's publicish. It's still invite only, and you have to have invite links. We actually did get some invite links for ourselves for Vault that'll support Voltech. So if any referrals go through it, Voltech will get revenue share from it, or the referrals, I guess, for it. That's the other thing I didn't. Geez, so many things I didn't mention. So with Voltech as well, one of my problems as a YouTuber is I referral links. I kind of get a little bit. I use them, but I try and give a lot of the money away because I don't like making money off of telling people, hey, come and check this project out. So we actually will be getting into any DeFi plays that I decide to get into. We'll start with a small investment in Voltech. I'll use that referral code on any marketing I do for that protocol, so that the marketing efforts and any referrals that I get from it will actually feed Voltech's treasury. So which is a kind of cool little spin that we decided to do as well. But on that note, yeah, I guess that's what I was gonna say. But yeah, so that'll feed the treasury that way, and just allows for some extra kind of revenue sources for us.
Oh, okay, will be great. No, I want to get to FlexIRA. I'm gonna ask you for an invite.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
But,
so with those ones, the invites that we have, unfortunately, the ones that we ended up purchasing them through FlexIRA, and one of the stipulations they gave us is that we need for any investors we bring on using those codes, it has to be 5K or more. So they're going to need to be larger investors, just so you're aware. So it's just sort of a stipulation they added because they're maxing out their 250 investors. The only way they're letting any new ones on through these codes that we've picked up are if they're 5K or more. But yeah, it's a really neat protocol. They're doing a lot of great things, trading, like live trading, because he is a live trader, the guy that runs the protocol. But they're also doing things like jet skis, like in real life jet skis that they're renting out because the profit margins are really huge on them. So he's doing in real life businesses that he's already got experience with, and he's opening them up, and the revenues are going to feed into FlexIRA. So FIRA is the token kind of thing. So some really neat stuff there with them, and which is why we definitely wanted our treasury to support that as well.
and are you planning all other kind of real world revenues to come in Voltech, or
in Voltech itself? We actually will be looking at stuff like that, but we're looking down the road. For now, it's fun. We're going to be raising and growing the pool. The problem with a lot of that IRL stuff is you need to have like big capital. So once we get to 1 million or 2 million of our TVL, we might carve off a quarter or half of it to go into IRL stuff in order to keep growing the portfolio, but in a more calmer way, I guess, if you will, or maybe bed and breakfast. I don't know. We've got lots of ideas. It'll mean growing the team, growing the expenses, and possibly slowing the revenues. But at that point, we'll be making hopefully so much because of the 50% compound that each token will be earning a fair amount monthly or weekly at that point. So yeah, lots of plans, but lots of time to build those up for now.
it will take time.
Yeah, for now,
it will
keeping it simple.
Yeah, that's the best thing. And I know that there are a lot of known Ponzi projects right now in the world. So that's good. That's good because it creates confidence in the investments.
Exactly.
We had a lot of rock bulls and scammers and everyone around.
Been too much.
Trouble with that. Yeah,
too much.
It's time to have something like this.
Yeah, going for real.
No. So Justin, I just wanted to close this and again say thank you for your time. Sorry for you're sick.
No, yeah, no, that's okay.
It happens. Recover.
It's been okay, but just when it catches you, and it's never the right time.
No, I know. So hope to see you again soon. and with a huge project growing up.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Thanks so much
Have
for
a
your
good night.
support. You too.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.